Imagine having a restaurant with different departments: the kitchen staff department, which includes the chef, and the waiters department. Who is there to ensure that everything runs smoothly within each department? Of course, it's the manager. Similar to the restaurant work setup, Elixir has an inbuilt tool called Supervisor, which are responsible for the processes assigned to them. The waiter and the chef in this analogy are the processes that are started under the supervision of a manager who is the supervisor. Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Pendo Onim and I'm a software engineer building with Elixir. I focus on developing custom software products tailored to client needs, and I also mentor developers to level up their Elixir skills with an aim of helping you to build better scalable applications. In today's video, we shall explore why Supervisor is an essential tool in Elixir. Back to our restaurant with two departments, the kitchen department and the waiters department. For this restaurant to run, these two departments needs to have staff who will be performing their specific role. The chef in the kitchen preparing food and the waiters serving the customers. I have a question for you. Who do you think will be responsible for hiring these new staff and assigning them their role? You are right, the respective department managers. In Elixir, the supervisor tool works in a similar way. They can start a new process which will be responsible for performing a specific task. Just like the manager in the restaurant, hiring a new chef who will be responsible for preparing food in the kitchen, and a new waiter who will be serving the customers. What happens when things go wrong? Say the chef suddenly leaves in the middle of a client order. This will definitely create a critical situation. The client might be angry when they find out and create a chaos, or even decide to leave, and that means a loss to the restaurant. In such cases, it's the manager's job to ensure that the restaurant is running smoothly. They can decide to hire a replacement if needed. This is exactly how supervisors in Elixir work. If a process crashes, they restart the process, ensuring that the system continues running smooth. In the kitchen, chefs typically works on preparing different meals at their own station. Let's say one chef focuses on grilling and the other chef focuses on preparing a dessert. If something goes wrong with the chef who is grilling, let's say they accidentally burns the food, that should not affect the workflow of the chef who is preparing the dessert. The manager can step in and handle the situation with the grilling chef without even affecting the dessert chef. What has just happened in this scenario is that we have been able to isolate the problem of the grilling chef from affecting the other chefs from performing their task. Let's look at how the concept translates to Elixir. In this diagram, we have two processes, process A and process B. Both of these processes are managed by a supervisor. If process A encounters an error and terminates, it is the job of the supervisor to ensure that the error does not propagate and affect process B. How is this possible with the supervisor? The supervisor process is configured to a trap exit. This is a mechanism that allows the supervisor to acknowledge the exit message from a process that has been affected while they continue to run instead of it terminating. With the trap exit mechanism, the failure of one process is prevented from impacting the other process, and this is because the supervisor that is managing all the processes is still running despite the failure of one process. Remember the basic Gen server we had implemented. We encountered an error, and the error associated to this Gen server process also caused the interactive shell to terminate. Why was the interactive shell also affected? This was because when we started the Gen server process, it was linked to the caller process, which is the interactive shell. And since the Gen server process was not configured to a trap exit, neither was it started under a supervisor, its crash propagated to the caller process. If we had started the Gen server process under a supervisor, the supervisor would have acknowledged the exit of this Gen server process and restart it. This could have spared the interactive shell from being affected by the crash of the process. And that's the power of supervisor in Elixir. To recap, we have mentioned three features of a supervisor that makes it a crucial building block for designing fault-tolerant and robust applications. Supervisor can start a process to get your system running. It can restart a process, if something goes wrong within that process, keeping your system running smoothly, it can isolate crash, and this ensures that a problem in one area does not affect the entire application. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep coding and keep building resilient applications. Next, we shall build our Gen server process under a supervisor. See you then.